Before we start this video, big shout out to my main man, Gurple Singil. His name is Gurple. Gurple Singil. Gurple Singil. Yeah, what up? My man Gurple Singil, who suggested this video on colons and semicolons. If you have a video recommendation that you would like me to do, please comment below and I will get onto it as soon as I can, because Gurple is subscriber of the year. Let's talk about colons and semicolons. The colon, which we remember looks something like this, 2 dots, is like an equal sign. That's the best way to think about it. Take the sentence. You say, they went home. That's the main part of the sentence. We always look, when we're using a colon, to separate the sentence into 2 parts. You say, they went home. That's the main part of the sentence. Where did they go? They went to London. So the second part of this sentence is used as a kind of explanation for the first part. Where do they call home? London. But we can take this example of going home and apply it to a whole number of different examples. You say, they bought apples, cheese, and tacos. So here, the second part of the sentence, again, is used as an explanation for that first part. They bought what? They bought apples, cheese, and tacos. And you can use this when you're describing people, describing what you like. There is a range of different uses that we can use colons for. But a semicolon is used kind of like a full stop. That's probably the best explanation for when we can use a semicolon. Whenever you have the space between 2 clauses where you can put a full stop, you can also use a semicolon unless it's at the very end of your full sentence. I'll show you what I mean. But the length of its pause is like a comma. That second part of this sentence, the length of its pause is like a comma, is actually the reason why we would use a semicolon instead of a full stop. Take this example. You say, we needed to go home. It was dark. So a couple things we can tell from this sentence. Number one, there are 2 parts here. We needed to go home. It was dark. There is your semicolon. Now we notice here we can put a full stop. We needed to go home. Full stop. It was dark. Alternatively, you can also use a conjunction. You say, we needed to go home and it was dark. Or we can use the semicolon. We needed to go home. It was dark. So because these 2 sections are related to each other, it might even sound better if the pause between them was shorter. We can use a semicolon. We would use a semicolon because the content of the sentences are related. 2 rules. Use it between clauses instead of a conjunction. I missed an A there. So if you have 2 clauses, you can use a semicolon, but don't end the sentence with it. So here, in this example, you can see at the end of that sentence, I've actually put a proper full stop because it kind of functions like a list. We need to go home, it was dark. Then you can continue it with the semicolons if you want. It was dark, it was raining, I was hungry. But at the end of that list, we have to put a full stop. So thanks for watching this video, Gurple. If you have any other suggestions, let me know. I'm here to serve.